Okay, listen. This is the part of the show where you don't say a word. Because you'll be mesmerized by what we're actually going to do here. The end result of what you're doing today is to take an equation like this and figure out what the answers are to it. Okay, it's an equation, it has an equal sign to it, so that means you should be able to say m equals this, m equals that. Because it's a squared, okay, it's going to give you two answers. Because two answers are true, there's always a positive and a negative, or whatever gives you the thing that might not be positive or negative. Okay, so the first thing, if you're given a quadratic to solve, the first way we can look at it is we're going to try to solve it by factoring. Okay, and that's the whole point of what you've been doing with the trinomials. You're taking this, m squared plus m minus 12, and you're going to factor it into two binomials. Okay. Which is what happened right here. Let's just skip over here. This half of your work has been done for you. If you're given m plus 6, and Morgan, can you see that?
Yeah.
How about now?
Yeah, that's
Better?
really great.
I think we would have to shrink that down a little bit. Anybody know where it went?
Nope, it's tiny.
Oh,
It's that eye. Oh, I see the eye. John.
Oh, I see that eye.
Oh,
Yeah.
that looks perfect.
Here it is.
Perfect.
Here it is. Don't worry, kids.
I can see that. Yes.
That's different.
That's fact.
Here's the deal. Once you get a trinomial factored on the left side and get it equal to equal to 0, your job is virtually done. Because of that little, do you remember the zero property of multiplication?
Yeah.
If you remember back, there was a little property we wrote down that the zero property of multiplication that says anytime you multiply anything by 0, you get 0.
Is changed.
So, the deal with that is this. If you can get this parenthesis to be 0, it doesn't matter what this parenthesis is, because 0 times anything would give me 0, then that's one of the answers. Or if I can get this parenthesis to become 0, same thing is true, because if I get a 0 for this parenthesis, it doesn't matter what's in this parenthesis, I'm going to get 0 as well. So you need to solve both of those for 0, or find out when they'll be 0. And sometimes it's really easy. For example, what number plus 6 is 0?
6.
So 6 plus 6 is 12, thank you.
Negative 6.
Okay.
Negative 6.
The answer to this one is negative 6. When m equals negative 6, and then you have to do the same thing here. This one is not so easy. It's not hard, but you just don't kind of think in these terms. You want to ask yourself, when will 7m minus 2 equal 0? How do you solve that equation? Well, add the 2 over to this side,
-5.
and then divide by 7. No, not subtract, divide by 7. So m equals 2 sevenths. You set this equal to 0, 7m minus 2. I want to know when that equals 0. And I solve it like any equation I ever do. Add 2 to get 2 to the other side, and then divide by 7. And you end up with 7 halves. If I take 7 times 7 halves, I get 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. So the two answers for this are right there, negative 6 and 2 sevenths. Okay. Like I said, these are easy because they've already solved them for you. Where'd it go? So this one, what would be your two answers for that? Negative 2 and negative 3. Just that easy. Now this one, this is done the same way, except you have to do the initial step and make this trinomial into two binomials so that it's equal to 0. I don't know what you're saying. No. If it's set equal to 0, you are perfectly okay. You don't need to do anything with moving stuff around. So you just have to use what you know about factoring trinomials. You know this is n and this is n. These are both positive, so this is both going to be positive. What two numbers multiplied together give you 6, when added together give you 5?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. That's not your answer yet because you need to solve these for 0. Your answer is going to be when n equals -2 and when n equals, -3. Those would be the two. What could be basically anything?
Your answer can be like a fraction, a decimal, or
Right. One, and I mean, this answer can't be anything, it has to be these two things, but.
Yeah.
Let me look at another one. Is there another one here? Oh. Do this one for me. X squared minus 3x minus 10 equals 0. You need to factor that into two binomials. And when will those binomials equal 0? Good binomials. Time for any questions will come shortly.
I can't do the other.
I got it. I don't know.
Numbers are better next and then the stuff we factor for.
Are you doing
Yeah. Nope, not necessarily in short order. Maybe they do, but I don't know. Now, questions before we go any farther? Somebody have a question on this? No.
Wait, yes, I do.
Both are negative, so one has to be negative, one has to be positive, the big one has to be negative, so what times what gives you -10 when added together gives you -3? Yeah. The 5 has to be negative because it's bigger, +2. So what are my answers? Phil? It's gonna equal what? +5 and -2.
But why is it a positive? Why is it
Because when will this parenthesis be 0? When +5 minus 5 gives you 0. If you put a -5 in there, you get -10. You want to know when these parentheses will be 0. So -2 plus 2, +5 minus 5 gives you 0. Now, yes. In this case, yes. Take a look on the sheet I just gave you at problem number 15, please. Which I know will scare and frighten you.
Oh my lordy.
Which number did I say?
15.
1.
3b squared equals 20 minus 11b. Now, you'll notice that looks a touch bit different because it doesn't have 0 at the end. But see, you are your own little boss here, and you can fix that by just moving these two terms over here, and then there'll be 0 left on that side. So you just need to do this. I got my 3b squared, I'm going to rewrite it because I want to do it in descending order. I need to add 11b to get it to the other side, so this becomes a plus 11b. I need to subtract 20 to get it to the other side, so this becomes a minus 20, and then I have nothing left on that side, which is my 0. So you might have to rearrange the terms. It has to be the squared term first, the b second, and then the whatever third. And then you can just do your two binomials, 3b and b. What times what gives you 20 and -11 there, probably a 5 and a 4. -5 plus 4. This one's easy. B has to be what there? Kendall, to give me 0? Positive 5. This one's a little harder. You might have to actually write the equation out. When will 3b plus 4 give you 0? Solve that equation. Subtract 4, divide by 3, divide by 3 when b is negative 4/3. Make a little equation out of that, solve it. Your 2 answers. The other problem on there you might struggle with is problem number 9. A squared plus 3a equals 0. Okay. It's not a trinomial, but you can factor it. What can you take out of both of those? Take a look at this. You get a times a plus 3 equals 0. When will those parentheses be equal to 0? When a is no.
Negative.
1.
Negative.
0. If a is 0, this makes this 0. Anything else, it's that number.
Oh.
So when a is 0 would be an answer, and when a is negative 3 is an answer. Negative 3 plus 3. So you have to watch out. If it's just that, you can
And
factor
you're always
something.
gonna get 2 numbers, so.
Yes, because it's an a squared. Anytime there's a squareds up there, unless it's problem number 5.
5.
Problem number 5, you're going to get positive 6, positive 6.
What did you say?
Same thing.
6 and 6.
Problem 5 is going to be 6. There's only one answer because it's the same binomial. Yes, that's the answer, Taylor, in case you're keeping track of the answers.
I am.
So you can finish that little sheet there, I think.